welcome to Five Stars Realty Podcast. My name is Stephanie, and I'm here today with the top producer, Beverly. So, Beverly, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. So, I know that you are part of the Five Stars Realty team, right? So, today we're going to talk a little bit about your struggles, your life, your career, um, your motherhood, and what makes it be this great realtor that you are today. Okay?
Broker.
Broker, that is right.
I'm like broker.
That's right. You have your broker's license. So, Beverly, let's start from the top, okay? What pulled you into the real estate for the first time?
So I have a passion for helping people, and real estate has given me the opportunity to help people and also build a business of my own.
Okay. No, yes. So I can see that. So that first year when you started being a realtor, right? And let you into today that you're a broker. How was that experience? What made you say, wow, this is more difficult than it actually is?
My first year in real estate and real estate in general, it was a struggle because I had minimal guidance. Um, I wish I knew what I knew now back then. And with having minimal guidance, also being in an industry where it's male dominated, it just made it more harder for me to. So I felt like I had to show or how do I like prove myself twice as hard.
Yes.
And I didn't have the right connections at the time. So that just gave me more fuel. And also, it just gave me more reasons to move forward, to not wait for the opportunities to come to me, to go get them, go find them, and be a resourceful person.
Yeah, no. So I can see that just because I know you, right? And I see that this strength within you, and I know how hard you work. Is that something you apply to your team as a team leader? Is that something you want to like help other agents or people that actually start up?
Absolutely. So I started from down, like any other business owner, we start from the ground up. So knowing the ins and outs and the obstacles that come with having a business, I feel as a team leader, I can provide even more motivation because I've been there and done that.
No. And again, as somebody that works with agents and as somebody that actually sees the behind the scenes, I can see that you actually apply that every day, even with your team, even when you call the questions you ask, you just want to grow and be better for your team. So tell me about your team. Tell me what made you to decide to build a team.
So I was always a solo agent. I tend to feed off energy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm big on energy, and just knowing the struggles that I've been when I started real estate, that's what encouraged me to be a broker, become a broker, and build a team because I knew that if I had someone like me when I first started, it would have made my not only my life, but it would have pushed me. And I don't want to say farther, but it would have made me not probably make the same mistakes, you know,
That
or
you
the
did.
mistakes that I done. I would have helped other agents not do.
Okay, so yeah, so I can see that love and passion that you have. Um, what would you say is the most challenging thing as a team leader or as being this woman, this powerful woman, right, in real estate and getting the listings, getting these like buyers, making deals happen, and even showing your team how to do this?
So it's about building your network. You have to get out there. You have to brand yourself. As when I started, I was a bartender. So transitioning from a bartender to a real estate agent, I think that was a very awakening time for me because I had to prove myself that, okay, yes, I worked many years as a bartender, but I am now going to help you make the biggest purchase of your life. So just having that transition, that's what pushed me to
to be
To be
today
there.
a top
Yeah.
producer.
Right.
I mean, and your group is within 5 stars, right? But you as well, New Heights Group, you brand yourself outside of this, right? And you do community and you help out community. Is that something you feel it's very important for you?
Yes, community is very big for me. I love to give back because that's all we have, right? And that's why I enjoy doing a lot of community empowerment events. And I also have a New Heights podcast that I am working on to expand.
Oh, that's awesome. I did not know that.
Yes.
Okay. I might be a guest someday.
Yes, you should. I would love to have you.
I would love to be there. I do love when I see you in the office. I see this strength, and I see when you call me and you're looking for like your agents, you're looking to like get more things, get more leads, or hey, can you help me out with this? So I do see that, and I know it's a very difficult field, especially governed by men and everything. But so how do you express that to your agents, to your team? How do you tell them let's go out, or how do you present them to possible buyers? How does your network kind of like expand from that?
So in between not only my empowerment events, I'm always trying to connect people with other people. To me, that's very important. So just being resourceful for my agents and also getting creative, because nowadays everything's so saturated that you have to think outside the box.
Yes.
So, and honestly, just being a person that they can call and have a one-on-one with. And it doesn't have to always be about real estate or business. It could be anything personal as well. Because if your mindset is not in the right place and you're not aligned with your goals and what you want, then, like all of us, we get distracted. We have imposter syndrome.
Yes.
We fill up our head with so many lies. So just having that one-on-one with my team, I know that it makes a big difference for them and for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree 100%. We wouldn't really be anything if we're not strong or if we don't have that type of relationship. Even in the office, I try to be as open as possible because that's the only way you're going to feel comfortable with me. So we spoke about your team. We spoke about your past. How do you handle motherhood as a broker, as a businesswoman?
So now my daughter's in high school, so I'm so happy. She's more independent now. But when I first started, and from time to time I still get this mom guilt, but I've learned to just take my time, like make my time a priority, put boundaries when I time block for my daughter. That's it. There's no negotiables there, and just not striving to be the perfect mom, because there's no such thing as being
Perfection
in both. That's impossible. But just being there when it matters most and being present. That's my main thing, just being present, because there's times where I could be on vacation, but I'm not fully present, because in this industry, in the business that I'm in, it's a constant goal. It's never stop. It doesn't stop. And
No, it doesn't.
one's person emergency will become yours as well.
So with that, with you being a mother, with vacation, with things that come up, let's say somebody calls you and your deal like goes through, something went wrong. How do you manage that? How do you show your agents, and how do you kind of like move past it? Because real estate is not perfect. It comes with their ups and downs, and a lot of people don't see that.
No, they don't. You guys see the glitz and glamour on social media, and all that is great, but you don't see behind the scenes of what's really going on. And there has been times where even deals has fallen apart and where financials got tight. The way I deal with it, and this is something that I really had to work on, is to just let things be, confront them. I remember when I first started out, how am I going to call this person, this client, and tell them that, either we can't do this deal or something came up. And I remember an agent giving me an advice like, "What's the worst that can happen, Bev? You basically making it worse. Call the client, let them know what's going on, and that's it. That's all you can do." And I was like, "You're right."
Mm,
So
and
just
it is. A lot of people think, oh, I'm overthinking it. But I think the best way is to be clear, honest,
yes,
open with your customer, with your client.
right.
But it is nerve wracking and it
It
really
is.
is disappointment. So, how do you, let's say, how do you kind of like move past that? What advice would you give new agents or people thinking into coming into the field?
My advice is to just go through the process of everything. You're not always gonna win, and never celebrate anything until you actually close. And always remember to save for the rainy days. A lot of people think that, yes, we get paid great, but as fast as it comes in, it's as fast as
It
it goes out.
leaves.
So just being mindful of that and understanding that just like life itself, things happen and unpredictable things happen, and you just have to prepare your mind for the worst.
So, as the businesswoman, as the mother, somebody that's going into the business today, right? What would you say? What advice would you give them?
I would tell them to that their circumstances doesn't define who they are. To definitely believe in themselves, to do not let the thought of failure get them afraid of reaching whatever it is that they want to do, and to give themselves some grace and take it day by day, because that's all you can do.
Yeah, I would say the same, 100% the same thing. And I would kind of like even go more into find somebody. You know what I mean?
Mentor,
Find a mentor, find a team,
build
find,
your network.
yes,
Yes.
find somebody that really knows the ropes
Right.
and really can help
Right.
you. Just like that person helped you, the
Yes.
agent, with, hey, just tell the person.
Yes.
It's very important to kind of like just relax and connect. I think people come back if you connect to them.
Absolutely. Build a relationship with people. You never know when you will need them down the line. Um, and also learn the difference between an ego and reality.
Yes, yes.
Because I think that that's something I struggled with as well, my ego, not feeling like I didn't need anyone. And in reality, once you let that ego go, you will see the difference and you will see the growth, and you are going to let more people in, and you're going to build better relationships.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, what does your daughter think of you? Like as a broker, as a businesswoman?
She always tells me, "Mom, you're the mom who gets everything done." And I'm I get sentimental because, I like I said, I don't strive to be the perfect mom, but I am present when I need to be. And I just want her to just see that it's that us women, we can build, we can lead, and we can love deeply.
Yes.
Um, and just leading with your heart and I'm an empath. I'm a crybaby. I cry first and I get shit done. So sorry. But I get things done after I cry, but I need to cry first. And I think that's how I've connected with the people that I have around me now. And yeah, I just want her to know that anything that she wants to do, it's possible.
Nope. I remember my mom used to tell me as well, like, I'm building something just so you can have more than what I had. So it's very important. And I bet she really does look up to you. And please don't like tear up or anything.
No.
Just, it's good. I bet if you look back 10 years, 20 years, did you think in any moment that you'd be here today?
So I've always been a person with ambition. Even when I had the ugliest jobs, the most unpleasant jobs. And I can tell you a story back when I was doing sandwiches, and I was actually trying to leave the bartending world, and I had my daughter. So she was in the back room while I was making sandwiches for these attorneys and business owners that would come in. And in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna make these sandwiches with so much love, and just dipping and dabbing all the greatest ingredients in there in perfection. And like little things like that, I feel like it shaped me
Mm-hmm.
for who I am. Because even though I didn't want to be there, it wasn't a great job to have. But in my mind, I knew that it was going to help me when I do decide to do something at a higher level.
I even this week, I want to say I heard somebody tell you, like, you don't just achieve greatness or riches, right? You need to know what it feels like to be kind of like at the bottom, to really appreciate and really even show your daughter, like, this is what I made of myself. This is how hard we work. And it's not because it's always given, especially in real estate. You need to hustle. And I don't know, like hustle. So yes,
Yes.
no, I can definitely see that. Anything else, like out of your daughter or anything, even relationship wise, how do you even juggle it, like an everyday kind of thing? Do you come into the office? Like, what's your mindset as a real
So I
broker?
try to keep a routine, but also I have to be realistic that sometimes my day to day is not the same. And there's times where my daughter, I have to drag her with me wherever I go. And I've done this ever since she was born. So, she might want to just go straight home, but there's times where I just can't. So just trying to keep a routine, but being open-minded to any changes that may happen, that I just need to maybe stop what I'm doing and attend to my clients or my business. And yeah, that's pretty much how I wake up every day. And it actually is fun to get out of a routine
Yes.
sometimes, because being in a routine can be boring. And so I enjoy both. I just try to make the best of every situation as possible. Don't get me wrong, I'm not all happy all the time, but I try to be positive and show up for myself. And when I do feel like, okay, I've had enough, just surrounding myself with people that uplift me, or even remember how far I've come or the things that I've prayed for that I now have, and being grateful for that, that kind of grounds me and pushes me back. Like, okay, I asked for this and now I'm
Yeah.
receiving it.
No, I
Yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about giving it up? Have you ever said,
Oh my God,
no,
every day.
no, not doing this anymore?
Every day. But I always go back to my why. And that is my daughter, my family, and also the clients that trust me in this field. So with that responsibility, that's what's giving me my purpose to keep
No.
going. Yeah.
No, I
But I
believe
want to
so.
quit every day.
I mean, I think we all do at some point. But it's, as a team leader, it's important to kind of like be there for people.
Yes.
As a mother, it's important. As like family, daughter, everything. So I really do think you juggle everything very well. It is hard.
It is.
It is hard, right? It's, I think, one day at a time.
Yeah.
Not every sale is gonna succeed.
No.
But you do try your best.
And that's all you can do.
Yes, yes.
That's all you can do.
So, what's next for you, for your group?
So for my group, I want to continue to expand my group and also keep mentoring agents. I also want to keep doing my events, empowerment events for my community, and just keep breaking barriers and open up, doorways for the next generation.
No, I can see that. So, what about the group? Like, what are we doing? What's your goal with it? Do you have anything special going on to kind of like attract even more agents, or even show them what you've, as a top producer, what you've been doing?
So I always train my agents one-on-one, and I always tell them, like, I'm going to show you what I've done, but you're going to do it your way. Eventually, you're going to find your niche. And also, since I'm partnered with 5 Star, we have the academy, and that's something that it's so helpful for new agents.
Yes.
They're not just thrown to the wolves like I was, and a lot of other agents were. So having that in place, and also having a group of staff members that handles pretty much everything on the back end. And, we have the marketing team, we have an admin. There's so much that there's no way you can fail. The
Yeah.
only way you can fail right now in real estate is if you're not showing up for yourself. If you don't show up, if you don't hustle, there's I can give you all the training, one-on-one training, but if you're not doing the work, then I don't know, maybe this is not for you. And I'm not afraid to say that.
Real estate is not for the weak.
No, it's not. And I'm not afraid to say that. Like, yes, I want to recruit people in my team, but I will never say, hey, if you join my team, this is all the results you're going to get. No, the results depend on you. I'm going to give you all the tools that you need to succeed, but it's up to you.
No, at the end of the day, I even believe it. We have quite a few agents. Your team has them. But if you're not out there, if you're not hustling, if you're not really putting in the work, you're not going to see.
And you can't sit here and blame your broker. You can't sit here and blame anyone but yourself.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So I know that for a time, you were this like solo, and then you were the agent, and then you were the broker, and then you had the team and everything. So what makes you join up with 5 Stars?
So I'm starting up my own brokerage. There goes that mentality. I could do it all on my own. And actually going through the process and how much it costs to keep up with a brokerage and just the leverage and having the support that you need. All that came into play. But I'm glad that it's almost like I'm trying to climb a ladder and I try to skip a few steps. So I had to go back down that ladder. And, I reached out to Guillermo, which is the broker for 5 Star. And I said, hey, I gave this a try. And me and him always kept in contact.
Yes.
I gave this a try, and I think I need help. And
just
as an independent woman, it's so hard to say, okay, I surrender. I need help. Help me, please.
I know. We're two Latina women.
Yeah,
we understand.
Ego in me. So he's like, okay, what do you, so we came up with a plan that would work for me and my team, and, we're both satisfied. And just that alone, like, that's what made, me want to grow my team.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, I do know it is expensive. And then the liability, and then the broker, and then having all these access and having all these products you can offer agents, right?
Yeah.
So you, as a team leader, as a broker within another brokerage, really do have then the means to provide all these extra stuff, and as well the guidance and the help.
It's a lot.
Yes.
It's a lot. And I learned that you can't do it all on your own.
No. I think you need a team. You need somebody behind you. You need somebody kind of like pushing you, and helping you and supporting you in everything. But that's everything in life.
That's everything in life.
That's not just real estate.
You need your therapist. You need your mentor. You need the people you love and love you back. You need a group of people. You need
friends, family.
You
love.
need family even to raise a child. You need a tribe. So yeah, it's with everything.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. So tell me a little bit, anything that you would say that will help or promote or even motivate somebody to basically either join your team or look for help or want to get out there and find another top producer.
So what I would tell them, you don't have to join my team just because I say, hey, we're badass over here. But I wish that I knew, like I said, like before, I wish I knew what I knew now back then. I interviewed a lot of brokerages, and
as you should.
Yes. And understand that they need you more than you need them. And also, you have to be realistic with the time that you're going to be putting in. What do you need from them to help you succeed?
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay if you join a brokerage and you have to switch to another brokerage. You're not obligated to stay with anyone that you feel is not helping you.
Correct.
So understanding that, and also knowing that if you don't put in the work, you're not going to have results.
You're not going to get money.
Yeah.
That's what she
means.
means.
If you don't sell, you don't make money. And they're not going to give you a gas card. They're not going to give you
they're not going to nothing.
An allowance. They're not going to pay you for being pretty.
I see a lot of people say, oh, they get a lot of money. And when you think about it, like, you need to hustle.
Yeah. And we do make good money when it comes in, but you also need to understand the money that we spend in investing in these clients, the time that we take from our time to help these clients. There are some clients that are more needy than others. So once you're in the field and you start calculating the hours that you're putting in, sometimes it doesn't match. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Because not only about making a sale.
No, I agree. And it's not even that as well. It's more of your time, right? The times that you're showing and your knowledge. You just didn't wake up one day and do it. You had to take classes. You had to pass exams. As a broker, you had to take more and more. You had to like pass state exams. And then the knowledge you have, you know what I mean? And how you protect them, how you either protect the seller or the buyer.
Right.
So it's a lot of like hustling. And at the end of the day, it's not, I want to make sure people understand, it's not a paycheck that you get every week.
No, it's
Sometimes not. These deals take
time,
months.
Yes.
Months. And
yes.
especially in this inspection didn't pass or appraisal didn't go through.
Yes, there's a lot in the process. And a lot of people involved as well. That's why you need to find the right, have the resources to find these inspectors, attorneys that work the way you work. That has, they don't have to have similar personalities, but they have to have the same value that you have in your clients. So just working with the right people will make the process smoother, better. And when a client has a bad experience, they're always going to remember the agent. Yes. It doesn't matter who their inspector was or their attorney was. They're always going to say, no, Bev is terrible. Don't ever work with Bev. And that's something that you don't ever want to happen.
And not even with you, like you are a team leader. So they might say, no, don't ever work with that team or the brokerage. Right. So real estate is word by mouth, right?
Yes, it is.
So it's networking is people who you know.
Right. And it's not one deal, you're done. No, you want to be able that when that person closes that deal, either they're refinancing and buying an investment property or they're going to refer you to their family and friends. So you can never say, oh, I don't have to worry about her. I will never see her again. No, that's not how real estate works. And that's not how you want to run any business.
No, I agree. You don't know how many times like agents either call or people call the office. And I had a person this morning just walk in. They're like, I'm looking for somebody, but they didn't know who it was. And I'm like, what's their name? Didn't know. He didn't know, but he described her. She was upstairs and she came down. She's like, I haven't seen him in 5 years.
Look at that.
But he wanted to sell the building she helped him buy. So those people, those are the connections. Those are the people that are going to come back and
absolutely
help you, help them, kind of like, make a living.
Right.
So anything else that you want to say for us before we finish today? Anything at all? Like any advice? I don't know. Any like motherly advice?
Motherly. Just be present as much as you can. Don't try to be perfect. There's no such thing. You don't have to be perfect in business or in your personal life. Show up for yourself. Learn to navigate your emotions and learn to let go when things just isn't flowing the way it should. And if you plan on becoming an entrepreneur or a business owner, or if you want to come join the new Heights team,
which you should,
the doors are open. And if you want some more information, you guys know where to contact me.
So before we go, Beverly, where can we find you? What's your social media? What's going on?
You can find me on Instagram, Bev_yourbroker, and Facebook, Beverly Rodríguez. And I think that's all I have. I know people have TikTok and all that stuff, but
I don't either. You're fine.
That. I think it's just too much.
That's fine. Well, that was it for today. So thank you.